Yes, how are we doing, you absolute legend? First of all, thank you so much for clicking on this video and giving it a watch. And secondly, this training is all about teacher training in the gym. So we're going to be talking about form, we're going to be talking about confidence, we're going to be talking how to train properly, efficiently, effective to make sure that you are getting the best results as possible as a female teacher within the gym. So I wish I knew all of these things when I first started training. It would have cut out so much of the guesswork, but I learnt the hard way and the long way. But I'm here to share these tips with you for today. So I'm going to get stuck in with just some gym reminders that I think are really important because, like I say, when I started in the gym, I thought that everyone was watching me. I felt very self-conscious. I was very aware of everyone else, and I thought that I had all eyes on me, when actually, really, no one is watching you and no one cares. Everyone's focusing on themselves. They're in their little bubble themselves, so you just stay in your own little bubble as well. Now, being in the gym, it can be scary. It can feel quite intimidating when you go into the gym, especially a new gym with new equipment, new environment. But it really doesn't have to be. So here are just some reminders that have really helped me, and I'm sharing them with you in the hope that it helps you guys as well. So first of all, just remember, no one is watching you. Absolutely no one. So go in there, smash your workout and get it done. Second thing is headphones in, and just really tune in to some really good music. So create a banging playlist just to get you fired up for your session. You want to be feeling good, you want to be feeling ready, you want to be feeling as motivated as you can. And sometimes as well, I mean, of course, you're not going to feel motivated for every single session, but a really good playlist will really help just in terms of maybe giving you that little push that you need, but also just that extra boost as well with getting through your workouts. So make sure that your playlist is top notch and all the songs on there really just get you fired up and ready to go. The next point here is follow your training plan, or your program, sorry. So making sure that you have a plan in place. Again, there is nothing worse than going into the gym and it all just being guesswork and doing random exercises and not following a plan. You're going to waste so much time, and if you don't have a plan, you're just going to be looking for the next exercise that you think you should be doing. Make sure that you are following a really good, decent training plan that you can then progress every single week, every single session with your progressive overload, but I'll get on to that in another video. So make sure you have a structured training program. It keeps everything more streamlined. You go in, you're not wasting time. You're going in, you're sticking with the plan, and then you're out of there. And obviously as female teachers, time is very, very precious. So again, just making sure that you're following a plan will help with time and saving time. Next is 5-minute warm-up, walking on the treadmill. This can be really good anyway, just as a warm-up and just getting your body moving. But this is also a really good time just to look through your training program for the session ahead. You can just get in the zone, but also if you're in a new gym as well, getting on the treadmill first, you can then just scout out the equipment and you can look around and just see where the equipment is and just become familiar with it. So getting on the treadmill can be really helpful just in terms of settling into the workout and getting you started. Next one is, if you're in a new gym, take your time to walk around and get familiar with all the equipment. Again, in the past, I used to feel quite silly with walking around and taking my time, but you know, as the years have gone on, I've realised and understood the importance of doing that. So me and my partner, we've just arrived in Spain. It's a couple of weeks ago now. And again, we joined a new gym, and I just took my time just to walk around and just really get familiar with all of the equipment. And it really, really helps. Just looking and just seeing how different machines work and things like that can really, really help just in terms of setting yourself up. Next one is, don't compare yourself to others. I really wish that I knew this a lot earlier on, but honestly, the headspace that I have and the time and the energy that I wasted with comparing myself to others, just stay in your own lane and just focus on yourself. It's you versus you, and you just want to be making sure that you're doing better or you're progressing and you're comparing yourself with just you only and no one else. Okay, here are some training tips that I thought would be helpful for you to follow. So first of all, just start slow at the beginning of your program. Just begin with light weights to then learn the proper form properly, making sure that you're executing the movement safely before then increasing the intensity. Next one is focus on form, not the weight. So really making sure that your technique is really good first of all, before then progressing with the weights. This will prevent any injuries and also will just help with you progressing quicker as well. Next, focus on tempo. So don't rush through your movements. You need to be making sure that you're really focusing on the exercise in hand. So slow them down, and you need to give your muscles the time under tension to then progress with the movement and then developing the movement as well. Slow down the eccentric. So what this means is you're going to be lowering the weights slowly, so then you've got control over them. So 2 to 5 seconds, which then increases muscle damage, which is obviously intentional because you want then your muscles to grow and progress in that area. So slowing down the movement will really help. Next is control. So don't bounce any movements, making sure that the whole movement and the whole exercise is controlled throughout. So pausing at the bottom between 1 to 2 seconds prevents using momentum and then forces muscles to then work harder. Mind-muscle connection. Now, this is one that really, really helps when you tune in with your mind and your muscle. So tempo makes you more aware of each rep, and it will also improve your technique. So really focusing on the muscles that you are working at that time, it really, really helps just in terms of having that connection between the two. Next is track your tempo. So don't just count the reps, count the seconds, and making sure that you're really focusing on every single movement the whole way through, not just some of it, but the whole way through. So I've just given some examples here with a bench press and a squat. So for example, if you're building your strength up and you're holding the bar, you're going to be lowering the bar for 3 seconds. So down for 1, 2, 3. You're going to pause for 1 second on the chest before then driving up the movement for 1 second. And exactly the same is with the squat. So you've got your squat and you're lowering down for 3 seconds. Pause at the top for 1 second before then driving up for 1 second. This is really going to help just in terms of tempo and your form. So I really hope that this video has helped. If it has helped you, please share with a friend, another female teacher that you think would benefit from watching this video. Thank you so much for listening, and I will see you again very soon.